Hello again, YouTube people. So today we're going to do an inbox review of the Crusader Mark I from Italeri in 135 scale. This is a tank that was used a lot in the first half of the war, especially in Africa. And even though they had some thin armor, but in groups uh, they could come through. Um, Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and ring that bell when you want to get notifications when I upload new videos. So here's the box art for this Crusader Mark I. I wanted an early war British tank because I wanted to have something with this counter scheme on it. I think it looks pretty cool actually. It has like I think this is slate and a light gray with a sand color. Now this is a Italeri kit, so I don't expect too much out of it, and it's also not a newer kit. It's a little bit older. So let's see what we have here. And there's the beginning. It has some information about the Crusader. It comes with three sprues of olive green or olive drab plastic, and it comes with a rubber track. There's also, you can see, it has two long pieces. There's also a couple of short pieces to add to the tank. In this kit, you start here with the hull. You put the arms on it and these side pieces to the hull. It looks like these arms are in between this part of the hull and these plates on the side. Move a little closer. And then you put the top on the hull. You have to drill some holes in it. Step 3 is road wheels and the support wheels, tensioner wheel. Step 4, now we already have the road wheels, but there's another wheel or plate that goes on the outside of it. Turret ring for the hull. Spontoon boxes. Here is the back plate and the front plate, or the front plate and the back plate with the sprockets. Then here we go with some detail on the front. This looks like a small shield, or armor plate that goes on the front here. And another spontoon box, it looks like, that goes here in the front. Or no, that's part of a hatch. It goes, okay, it's like a hatch here where there's some sights. And the extra pieces of track, a light, some more detail there. Here we have assembling the exhaust, and there's these towing hooks go on, and the exhaust. And here we have an extra fuel tank, goes in the back, towing hooks, and a couple small other details. And here we start with the turret. We have putting the turret top and bottom together and some details. It says alternative, but I don't really see a difference between here and here. It's the same parts there, but here is something different. these little, they're like levers or something. And on this one they're not on there. And it has a light in this one. Well, this one shows a light on it, but it doesn't say anything about putting it on there, so I'm not really sure. It could be a... both of them have this part here in the back too. This spontoon with a shovel. Turret ring here. And then we go assembling the main gun and the coax gun. Here's the back of the mantel with the this piece that rotates the gun on the front of the mantel. Here's a small turret in the front with the machine gun in it. Am I looking at the right place here? Yes, okay. So yeah, it's a small turret in the front that goes here with the machine gun. You can see on the picture. This one here. Small turret with a machine gun in the front. I don't know if it would be called a turret, but it looks like it rotates, so. Then we're assembling the two guns, the main gun and the forward gun, with a toolbox or some more details here. Here, and lastly, we do here's the track and the fenders and the tow cables. You see it's rubber track, you have to melt it together. I usually don't have too many problems melting these tracks together, but some of them aren't so good as other ones. Now this shows, it has 4 different paint options. The first one will be the one I'm doing with the counter scheme. It's from the 7th Armor Brigade, 7th Armor Division, Operation Battle Axe, North Africa, 1941. It calls for medium gray, gunship gray, and sand. I think the medium gray is too dark. It should be a lighter color. It's like a light gray and a slate color. And sand is more like a British medium stone or something like that. And this one is in sand, or medium stone. This one is in green. This is from a test trial in Great Britain. This one is also in sand. This is 22nd Armor Brigade, 1st Armor Division. And this other desert one was from Unknown Unit in Operation Crusader. But we'll be going with the counter scheme here. At the top. With the counter scheme. Move the light to the other side so you can see better. I'm not in the way. So, as you can see, it has only this small decal sheet. These 52s go with the counter scheme, but there's some turret numbers and stuff. And the red white, I'm not sure what that's for. It might also be some kind of designation, unit insignia. It goes for the Operation Crusader tank. We won't worry about that. We only need the 52s. This has no turret numbers. It just has the 2 decals for the 52s. So the rest don't need them really. Which is weird, no turret number. And you see the bottom of the hull is already detached. There's a little bit of detail here, but it doesn't really matter because it's those wheels are the arms are going to go in here and it's going to get covered up. But on the bottom is some nice little detail. You can see bolt heads here, or rivet heads, I'm not really sure. This is an early tank, so it might be riveted. They actually look like bolts in their hex. So, yeah. It looks pretty good. Inside's not really a problem. But I wish it had more of a little... the bottom. But like on the top, sometimes they should have this rough look to it. But flat paint really does the job for that. Take a look first at these bigger parts here on the top. This other piece fell off too. This pontoon here fell off, but it's all there. Here's the top. Here's once again you can see the rivet or bolt holes here, and in the top of the there's good rivets in it, or bolts here on top. Some nice little detail along the back, the whole hull of the tank. Under the turret is no detail. There's this on the sides is good though. Here you won't really see under here, but still, I like anything that can be visible should have some detail to it. Here, the top of the turret also has some good detail. These bolts are rivets. I'm not sure what they are, but they're all over the top of the turret. On the sides of the turret, I mean. The top looks good too. There's no flash on any of these parts. Here's the pontoon box, or the toolbox. It looks good too. This looks like the type of boxes that the Germans used, except for it's a little bit bigger. But it looks, I mean, the parts look pretty nice, and there's no flash on any of them. Here are these whole sides. This must be the inside. Here's the outside. You can tell there's more detail here, a little bit. But there should be some bolt holes here, or bolts or rivets along here as well, I think. At least a few, where it attaches to the other part. And here's some heads. Here is a small turret. It looks good. You can see the hinges here. They're nice. Here's a mantlet. It looks good too. Yeah. Here's this. Here's this mantlet, and it looks pretty good. These are the pieces that go on the outside of the road wheels. You can see there's no flash anywhere on this kit. So the moldings must be pretty new when they made it. But it's already an older kit. There's nice bolt holes everywhere. The bolt heads everywhere, I mean. And here we have road wheels, and there's looks like 20 of them. 2 go together, so 10 on each side. There's good bolts around the outside. There's some kind of holes here around the outside, as long as there's bolts on the inside there. And here are the arms. They look pretty good here in the round parts. There's not a lot of detail around here, but it's not going to make much difference because it's going to be on the inside. I still paint the whole thing. I learned early, like, before you put road wheels together, paint on the inside of both of them, then glue them together, then paint the outsides. And then I do everything by hand. Here on the bottom, here's the sprockets. They look good as well. And some good detail on them on both sides. Check on the inside. There's not a lot of detail on the inside. And pin marks around the whole thing. Yeah, there's not a lot of detail on the inside, and there's pin marks around the whole thing. So here, that's what we're going to glue together. But here is the pin marks Wish they could do the pins here around the part where you glue and not here around the edge. Because especially on a sprocket, that's pretty wide apart and you can see it really good. And here's a lot of small parts. But once again, on this tree, there's also no flash. And here, it's going to be a little hard to see. But the tow cables, for plastic tow cables, I think they look pretty good. There's a separation between the two, and it has a really good pattern on it, like this, that twisted pattern, like these twisted cables have. But I think usually these cables are three twisted, and that looks like it's two. I don't know how accurate that is, but I still think they look pretty good. So one last thing, that's this plastic, rubber track. Take a look at that. Probably be easier to see if I use this paper here. Now here, I think this track looks pretty good for a rubber track. It is pretty stiff though, and it's already wavy. I'm gonna have to warm it up a little bit, maybe to soften it up some. It has only 2 connectors on instead of 4. I like the ones with 4 better, they hold better. And this looks like the harder track that doesn't hold paint as well. You see on the other side, on both sides, it's pretty good with the details. These 2 big pieces aren't used, but these are for the hull. So all in all, I think it looks like a decent kit. It'll make a decent looking Crusader. It's probably not the best one out there, but it's one that I decided to get. And thanks for watching. Next time, my next video, we'll be looking at this Ki-45 from Hasegawa. Till then.